I understand that to some degree. I would maybe leave it up, but yeah, Consulate, this is a very comfortable map for both these teams. Both these teams have played it. Yes, SSG didn't find success versus Wildcard.
Hell, even the social prediction is pretty split. That's one of the closer ones we've ever seen on the NAL.
Yeah, and honestly, like, the standings, and based on how these next days might shape out, SSG with just a slim 1-point lead over M80 might be important. Now, just already being thrown out down the long hall, carving the two sides of the top floor. Gavini immediately cuts down Newers, starting things off on the right foot.
Have been sent out. Bit of a diffuser juggle here as Kino, he's going to go and try and send it. There's a couple of smokes that have gone in, a couple of stuns, and well, is the cover sufficient? It looks like it might be.
Oh yeah, oh, Jan, I know, will nail Gavini inside of admin, and Kino on low HP. Even though M80 get the post, it is a heavy toll extracted by Spacestation Gaming. What a trade for J9O there. Worth his weight in gold outside of vending, and Gunnar a bit indecisive what to do. Goes for the retake, but shotgun around the corner. He finds the first. Can he land the trade? Benja peeking around the corner. Hell of a close one. Single player you can get your hands on. But it's still M80 in the lead. Not in terms of the manpower anymore, as J9O able to cut down Kino. Nice little trade soon after. M80 fighting back quite well. But the site is still in control of SSG. It might just be two players. It might just be J9O and Newers, but that basement site is still theirs. Direct intel on the Cade as Newers looks to retake some of the backside. The call going out that Deimos is over by server, and Newers will try to hold in off angles. J9O survives by himself. Yellow player where Gavini's been lurking for the past minute and a half or so has gone down, and Hot and Cold's moved past. Not aware. Newers is able to peek out. Only a 2v1, he's been spotted, but he's got only 8 seconds to waste. Diffuser and Gunnar quickly need to regroup, and Gunnar's the only one who can cover this plant. The direct cutoff, does Newers check this angle? C4 goes out, lands at the right time, but Gunnar! 3 players all vaulting into the vending window, but it's Benja to get the first kill. Hot and Cold on the backside. Kino immediately fighting back. J9O falls, but there's 3 defenders in his way. Gavini on the flank, adding another direction. From the left, will start getting active, but there is no clear victor as we reach the halfway point of the round. A lot of pressure placed on Bathroom, a lot of pressure placed on Spiral, but it's SSG falling back. In fact, one player trying to hop out of the CEO window. That's how tense things are. Gunner's there as well.
Now the defenders know that the site isn't a very safe place to be. It's kind of the green light for M80 to enact the next stage of the plan, but look at Ashen there with the swing. Oh, 30 seconds and it's an equal 2 versus 2. This has gone from being advantage M80 with time to not looking very good. Diffuser has no business getting that kill.
Terrifying M80 that smoked OXG 6 attacking rounds in a row on Sky. I'm not saying it's that, but it's looking more like it than the... We're going to a different spot though. As Hot and Cold now on Blackbeard instead of Deimos is over on the Spiral side. 3 out of 4 of these opening kills have gone M80's way, and this round in particular didn't result in a win, but it did result in M80 starting things out quite nicely. Kino put to 1 HP, but it's still 1 body lead to the attacking side with 45 seconds remaining. Diffuser's gone down, but can easily be picked back up. J9O contesting around the corner. In fact, a double swing on the single doorway just briefly gives the advantage to SSG. Side of the opposite site while the rest regroup inside of CEO. That's the kind of freedom they needed. That's the kind of momentum they needed to build, especially now that Newers finishes off the earlier done job of putting Kino to 1 HP. Now he falls. Gunnar moving into the middle of the fray. How nice things looked up 5v3. But J9O with that Scorpion on the single door. Gavini might find one, but the damage has been done. It's not over yet, with only 2 seconds to go.
See if he can pick a straggler up as they rotate through. We've got Fultz above as well. He's going to be manning the hatch. It's going to be very difficult for anyone to get anything done. It's actually Ashen to open things up. Kino there with a response. Fairly... I was expecting maybe more fireworks from that, just given the proximity of all these players, but SSG are playing from deep right now, and to be honest, why not? They're not being given any reason to do anything else.
You can see somebody trying to move upstairs, though. In fact, 3 people all looking to hunt down this Vigil as Gavini finds one. This would be the 4v2 established, and Gunnar hops over, but both players bloodied. It was a workable 2v4 last time, and now Ben just found one of the softened-up attackers of M80 8 seconds remaining. This is so winnable. Newer's on this long angle. Beautiful flick onto Gavini. Benja swings around 2. Back to a 1v1, and Gunnar. Newer's again. Top floor. And had Gavini hopped in, there's a good chance he might fall, but oh no. Z-Pings give perfect intel to SSG. Black Eye cameras very well placed, and Ashen also on this top floor in an off spot. Yeah, no. They're... Oh, okay. I was going to say they're running circles around M80, and indeed, in terms of positioning, that's true. But a very key find by Gavini that cost most of his HP might just be the difference maker, as now it's only Benja up top. Foltz found 2. Benja's too far away from that hatch. His retreat's been cut off. He's got to play his life here. And he might find these kills. He's got the intel, spots the blitz. There's no way M80 know. Quick spot check as the Goomine gets taken out. Free fire onto Gavin. Now the blitz moving in as they look for this pinch. Newers can't really help from below. In they come. 3v2, but SSG moving up the staircase. Cade commits. Very quick trade. TCSG shots pummeled into that shield. Kino not letting J90 fall back.
News has got such a long time to hold on, and against a blitz as well, it isn't going to be easy. He's going to have to continue to surrender this control and hope that he can pick a kill off onto Gunnar. Kino is 1 HP right now, but that's all he needs. I think, especially when the opening pick comes in for SSG, oh, this is looking pretty cozy for him.
But M80 certainly have had a nice showing on Consulate so far. 7-5s both, but both involving decent attacking sides and equaling this on time. C4 goes out, won't find anything. And there we go, we see a peek. Hot and Cold getting useful info. That's so risky in the 5v5, but they do it, and that's Diffuser. A risky gamble pays off, as if SSG want to go for a plant, they've got to rotate over. Instead, they decide to push in, cause chaos, keep M80 on their back heels right as they get some nice momentum. Benja down by the fire. Put on the floor as J90 retakes their lead. Utility exploding left and right. Diffuser and Ashen almost miss each other, but SSG are not. Landing their shots in the most important of moments. Hot and Cold swings out in the 1v2. That flash telegraphs Newer's position. And Hot and Cold with the crosshair placement domes Newer's outside of admin. Ashen's got time to pick Benja back up. That's exactly what he'll do. One nade as well to isolate Hot and Cold's position. In such a difficult spot. 20 seconds to go. He's allowed SSG to move in and retake control of the diffuser if they can. But as time gets lower and perfect intel's there, one goes down and the other's easy pickings. Even easier than that, he makes the smart move and sprints away! Doesn't even need to wait. He knows exactly where Benja's going to go. It's as black and white as it gets. When last round was already a 1vx, Benja in the perfect position to cut off both of these roamers. They're running at him. They don't even know. There's one. And Hot and Cold punished for his 1v3 as SSG have 1 minute and 20 seconds to work this out.
Ooh, Benja will get ironed out on those spiral stairs. User and looks like Gavini's going to be given the chance to get away here. We'll get into a bit of an engagement, but he's tucked in a corner and he's going to have to fight his way out.
And, well, he's not making it out. He's done. Another 1v3, perhaps? He's got no idea. Even with all the Vault cams, seemed like it might be a little closer than that, but sadly, SSG just get in off the back of an ROU, put the diffuser down, and that's seemingly job done. As the diffuser lacks any information as to these players, and he'll instead chance it inside of the site. Has to come down here eventually. Super shorty in hand, won't even find him one. Tie game. Desperately lusting after that secret roll. Concussions, EMPs, 2 Selmas. You can see that's why they push down. Kino thinks he's in the clear. There's 3 people over here. C4 shot the moment it hits the ground. And Hot and Cold might confirm one, but Foltz was already 1 foot in the grave. Hot and Cold just gave him the push he needed. Benja immediately drops down the hatch, moving in the backside. God, nobody can get an edge in this game. It is always so close, but Benja, that player, that foe obscured by the monitors, his diffuser flicks to his right, cuts down another. Jan, I know, has made miracles happen on this SSG roster. What a smart firebolt. Might try to knock diffuser out of that corner. Will it propagate? Yes, it will. He's stuck. That's a 1v1. He sees the other.
Try and make something happen here.
That's the word about SSG. They can commit to another plan so quick. Bolts immediately hops out, though. Newers found out. Nice trade by J9O. SSG briefly gains some momentum, but again, how comically close can this game be? SSG, thankful they went for that rotation, but it's all on Gunner, who falls to the connector player. Tie game. You want the full 3, and that means SSG need to win this, need to win 12. And in they go. Blitz taking control of Spiral as the EMP goes out. Gumine triggered by Ashen, though Gavini finds 1. Looking to set M80 up again on another strong lead. The tidal wave breaks against the shoreline on top of Long Desk. SSG bet it all on a blitzkrieg. Ooh, hello. Oh no, not like that. Not like
so
this.
free.
Oh no!
I like how Gaveni was on his way downstairs, and then something's obviously changed because he averted course. SSG will find 1 kill onto Gunner. So we need to be a bit more careful now in that this is a level game, but Kino, he's letting that shotgun sing, and the HP and the man count for SSG is dwindling at the wayside. Newers 1 shot, J9O working down Spiral. But what have they got left in the tank right now?
It's nothing. Newers finds 1 despite the low HP. A second could easily be found here. Bullet smashes through that C4 into the awaiting skull of Gavin. Well, both the attempt and in success. And 45
What a
seconds.
shot.
It's on J9O. At one point in time called the best player on SSG, one of the best players in North America. His first big game this stage, marches up long haul. It is no secret where this Blackbeard is pushing from. And J9O's got to make his presence known by finding these kills. There's 1. Hot and Cold gives it away. So does the smoke! But nothing escapes M80's grip. All 3 points gobbled up in 1 clean.
5 M80 victorious. Houghton, we saw some big reactions there, a lot of energy coming out of this team. What is it like to take that win over Spacestation at this stage with playoffs on the horizon?
I mean, obviously it means a lot just for the standings. But at the end of the day, if you get top 6 and you get in the playoffs, I mean, you have just as equal as a chance as anyone. So, I mean, we're just showing how much practice we've put in and just trying to get better every day.
Yeah, I mean, we've been seeing it. I mean, I want to commend you specifically, obviously. I talked about it on the desk, essentially, how difficult it is being the IGL, how hard it must have been for you to lose to Cruelty, but then the immediate bounce back, big 7-0 to OXG, now a big win against SSG, even though it might have just felt like another day in the office for you guys. Talk to us about what it feels like as an IGL, the responsibility you hold whenever you lose a game that you shouldn't, what you tried to do to make sure that OXG game stuck, and then going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously as an IGL, you kind of take more of the blame in any loss. Cruelty, I mean, I can only take so much blame because we started off in defense and we just couldn't win defenses to save our lives during that game. So, I mean, attacks were going good, and then I think we misdroned a guy in CO, and then it just fell apart after that. But just in general, I feel like being an IGL, you have to take more responsibility. You know, after that game, I think we kind of switched it over to me being just the full IGL, like worrying about defense and attack now. So that's added a lot more stress to me. But I mean, I feel like I probably should be the one handling that stress, you know, more than Gunner or whoever else.
I mean, you're handling it well, so.
Well, I want to say congratulations. That's a very important win for you guys. Keeps you in the running for being top 2. But like you said, top 6 is definitely the most important for you guys. I want to talk about, you know you're going against SSG. You know you're going against Consulate. You know it's going to be nothing but aggression. I kind of want you to like tell the audience, when you're in those situations where you're playing those trades, how do you decide properly where to give up a position in order to replay a trade and then pivot to another position and possibly another trade, while again forfeiting certain control just so you're limiting, you know, those engagements less going in your favor versus not?
I'd say usually it's a lot easier to, you know, to designate what angles you're holding, what everyone else has when it comes down to the executes. But SSG does a really good job at just kind of putting ghost pressure around the whole map, spreading out their players and then just all hitting at once. So it's kind of just like all instincts, to be honest. Like say I have this, you have this, and then at that
Just
time
process
it's
of
just
elimination.
instincts. Yeah, it's just whoever wins the trades, is gonna win the round. And I mean that's kind of what Siege has gotten into with all these attack power ups that you can play now. Is just try and take as many as you can down early, and if you don't, then the end of the round is gonna be pretty scary for
Yeah,
defenders.
for sure.
Well, Hutton, this kind of felt like a playoff preview in a way. Could see this matchup in just a week's time. Any big takeaways from this match that you guys at M80 are carrying over to the playoffs?
I mean, yes and no. SSG was kind of exactly what we thought they were going to be during this game. We knew that we are going to go to this map probably all week. I mean, I'm sure they did too. It's kind of just how it goes. But I mean, I think the biggest thing for us is just slowly getting closer to how we play in scrims. I think we're very, very good in scrims and hasn't translated the best to our match yet. So we're just trying to slowly get there and just prove to people that we have what it takes.
Is there anything particular that you can say that isn't showing from scrim versus game day that you would want to be shown?
I mean, yeah, I would say it's more so just communication based. I think nerves gets to us a little bit, and just that tends to change comms between each other, like missing some micro comms, designating angles, stuff like that, like stuff that we would normally do in scrims, or even just call more plays, like stuff that we'd normally do in scrims that we kind of don't think about because we're too tunneled on like what's in front of us.
Well, then would you argue then today you would be happy, because especially when you're playing trades as well as you guys did, same for SSG. I mean, that really speaks into comms and prioritizing, what's happening within the round.
I'd say I was happy with how our defenses went. But on attack, I feel like we should have at least had a 4-2, and we've let a couple rounds slip by playing a little too fast. Me, for example, on the CO round where I killed one and then I pushed into an Elamine, just insta died. But like if I feel like normally in scrims, I call a reset there, we slow it down, and then we just work the round as a team. But the emotions or the just energy got to us, and we went a little too fast.
Well, Hanko, thank you so much for the insight. Congrats on the win, and we will certainly see you a little bit more down the line. Go celebrate.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you so much. What a